They said justice must be served, but at what cost? The Senzo Meyiwa trial, South Africa's longest-running and most emotionally charged murder case, has already drained over 30 million rand of taxpayer money, from expert witnesses to defense attorneys, to a courtroom drama that drags on with no end in sight. This case is more than just a fight for justice. It's a financial sinkhole. In today's video, we unpack where the money went, who's footing the bill, and why the delays may be costing South Africa more than we realize. In June 2025, Legal Aid South Africa made headlines when it confirmed that 6.5 million rand had already been spent just on defending the 5 accused in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. That's right. Over 3 years, Legal Aid has funded daily legal representation, legal briefings and strategy sessions, court appearances and submissions. And that's only the defense. This doesn't include the prosecution or court costs. So, where did the rest of the money go? The state has spent millions on prosecutors, paralegals, evidence preparation, and legal filings. Given the complexity, multiple accused, conflicting versions, missing witnesses, the state's legal team had to invest heavy hours and resources. B. Court infrastructure, R5 to 8 million. A single day in a high court costs thousands. Judge salaries, clerks, interpreters, stenographers, electricity, and administration. Now multiply that by 3 years, dozens of appearances, and endless postponements. C. Expert witnesses, R3 to 5 million plus. Remember the ballistics expert Lieutenant Colonel Mangina? His testimony took weeks. The defense applied for their own ballistic expert. That alone caused months of delays while they tried to secure funding. Expert consultations in criminal cases can cost hundreds of thousands per expert. D. Court security and administration are 2 to 4 million. Every high-profile case comes with special measures. SAPS deployments, secure holding cells, surveillance, and document management. All of this requires a robust security budget, and the Meyiwa trial is no different. One of the biggest cost drivers? Delays. This trial has been postponed more than 10 times. Reasons include change of defense lawyers, death of advocate Mingo Mazulu, ballistic expert funding requests, defense applications for private examiners, witness availability issues. Each delay means extended legal hours, higher operational costs, more public funds drained. Worse yet, the public grows frustrated while the bill keeps climbing. Public outrage is growing. Many South Africans are asking, why is this trial taking so long? Who's keeping track of the money? Why hasn't there been accountability for the financial hemorrhage? Social media is ablaze with comments like, 30 million rands for what? We still don't have the full truth. If this was a private case, it would have been resolved already. Justice delayed is justice denied, and it's costing us millions. So far, no formal audit has been released, but pressure is mounting. Justice. It's not just a verdict. It's not just someone in handcuffs. And it's certainly not just headlines that fade in a week. Justice is supposed to be the promise that no matter who you are, rich or poor, famous or forgotten, your life matters, your voice matters, and if it's taken, the truth will speak louder than silence. But after more than a decade, one of South Africa's biggest trials still drags on. And with it, over 30 million rand in taxpayer money has vanished into courtrooms, legal filings, postponed dates, and expert debates. Ask yourself, what else could that money have done? Built 300 classrooms, paid for 3,000 university students' tuition, created hundreds of jobs through public works, fixed broken hospitals or crime-ridden communities. Instead, it's tied up in a case where the public still doesn't have closure, the family still doesn't have answers, and the system still hasn't shown it can deliver timely justice. What we're witnessing isn't just a court case. It's a mirror, exposing cracks in the justice system, inefficiencies in the legal aid process, and a glaring disconnect between the law and the people it's supposed to serve. So, what does justice really cost? It costs more than just money. It costs public trust. It costs the hope of families waiting years for answers. It costs the dignity of a nation watching its courts turn into a carousel of excuses and delays. And the price keeps rising. So here's the final question. Will this case go down as a symbol of justice served or justice delayed, denied, and diluted beyond recognition. If this video opened your eyes, don't let it end here. Hit that like button, share this story, and subscribe to the Hot Seat Essay, where the real courtroom stories are told, not spun. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think justice is being done? Was the money spent worth it? And who should be held accountable if it wasn't? Until next time, stay sharp, stay woke, and most of all, stay informed.
Etc., 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 might not go into those dynamics. We would therefore request and implore the court to give us an opportunity to approach them in order to clarify certain issues in this regard, my lord. Because basically that would mean the presence of Mr. Peters when Mr. Ramusipili was cross-examining Lieutenant Colonel Mangena, that will not be covered. So those are some of the dynamics that needs to be ironed out as to who then is going to foot that bill. So I would therefore request, my lord, that we be afforded the opportunity to approach them to clarify these issues that have already been raised and further other issues which might be raised thereafter. Thank you, my lord.
So the communication, was it through a letter?
It was through an email, my lord. I can read it to the court.
Yeah, if you so desire, fine.
No, well, I would be led by the court in that respect, my lord.
Yeah, let's hear what the email says.
Thank you, my lord. The email is from Mrs. Flavia Isola. Flavia Isola, that's the lady that came here to give an explanation on behalf of Legal Aid Board. And it says, "Good day. Mr. Peters quoted Legal Aid Pretoria office based on the information received from you. Please note that Mr. Peters' attendance is limited to cross-examination of the state ballistic witness by Advocate Mnisi only, and his evidence in chief and the cross-examination by the state. Unfortunately, we cannot consider that Mr. Peters be present during the evidence of the allegedly additional ballistic witnesses. Mr. Peters will only be paid as per the purchase order issued and no additional time, and we cannot give the assurance requested. Thank you." From Flavia Isola.
What's the assurance which was requested? What is the assurance which was requested? Because they speak about they cannot access.
Just to give a bit of a background,
yeah.
When Mr. Peters quoted them, it was on the assumption of certain dates that probably the cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena will go up to 3 days. But it has exceeded those days. I then penned an email to them requesting a clarification. Requesting a clarification on what should then be the way forward. This is basically their response now. Because he has already been here for almost more than 7 days. It's more than 5 days, 6 days, yes. And already Mr. Ramusipili, as I've indicated, has already actually started with Mr. Mngomezulu, who cross-examined Lieutenant Colonel Mangena in the presence of Mr. Peters. Mr. Ramusipili came. I also came. Now it was Advocate Mumalo who was on the podium. Now we're getting the email. So those are some of the aspects that we need to go and iron out with them.
Any comment by the state?
As it please the court, madam. Thank you.
Please, we suggest that maybe the meeting should take place that is being suggested, and we can maybe take the matter from there after the meeting.
What was the suggestion, by the way?
The suggestion was that the matter should stand down for some for some time so that they can get in touch with legal aid to try and thresh out this issue.
Okay, fine. Yeah, in the nature of things, you know, I can interfere. Once the matter has started, I can't be here to say this and this and that must happen regarding your defense. I mean, it's obvious.
That is correct.
Yeah. So the only thing I can do is to ascertain for you that you should contact the Legal Aid Board and have further discussions with them, and then you can advise the court what is the decision which you have reached. So if you say I must adjourn, I can do it up to 11:30 or whatever. What time is that now?
Welcome to the fire where the stakes ignite, where the questions burn hotter than the night. No escape once you're locked in the heat. This is your trial on the hot seat.